two more. Do you know who you want it to be after Daniel Dubois?
Maybe it's Tyson Fury, maybe it's Anthony Joshua.
Tyson Fury, your friend who you call Greedy Belly.
Yeah.
He says he's retired, then he's not, then he's retired. Now he may be coming back.
Yes, I think it's not. Tyson Fury back in career, maybe we organization one more fight.
You want to? Would you have a trilogy with us?
No problem.
Oleksandr Usyk doesn't need to shout. His calm, steady voice says everything that needs to be said. This isn't a request for a trilogy. It's a declaration, delivered with quiet menace. The tone in his voice, the icy look in his eyes, it's pure warning. Tyson Fury may be laughing on social media, playing
When I fight Usyk in December and beat him, I'll reign all the belts I should never have lost, and then I'll fight
the usual mind games, but deep down he knows this is the same Usyk who already exposed him once. And now, Usyk's making it crystal clear. He's not just coming back to win again, he's coming back to destroy. And here's where things really start to boil over. Fury, as always, is building
I didn't get the victory, but I didn't take it out of the judge's hands, so I had left it to someone's opinion and he went against me. So am I going to cry about spilt milk? No. Have I cried about it at all? No, because here's the fact.
In the clouds. He's already talking about reclaiming belts, making plans for undisputed dominance, and spinning tales of redemption. But in all that talk, he's ignoring the most painful truth of all. Usyk already dismantled him in their first meeting. That wasn't a lucky night.
Usyk does what he does. You know, he finds a way to win. And I turned to my son. He lost the 5th round, Usyk, and it was a big round for Fury. I turned to my son and I said, watch what the guy who knows how to win, watch what he does the next round. My son was like, Dad, what?
It was systematic, calculated destruction over 12 rounds. The kind of fight that doesn't just bruise your face, it bruises your ego, your pride, your legacy, and that kind of arrogance Tyson's showing now, it doesn't win fights. It gets you humbled, again. While Fury's busy selling dreams to the public, Usyk's in some dark, cold gym, sharpening the blade, perfecting angles, drilling footwork, running through the mental.
Well, Tyson has said that he's ready to face Oleksandr Usyk for a 3rd time. Tyson took to social media to say, I beat the 2 times and the world knows the truth. Anytime, any place. The UK next. 100,000 people. Just months after announcing his retirement, again, Tyson has made it clear that he's ready to return to boxing.
Chess game that he already won once and is planning to win again, this time with even more authority. When they finally meet for the trilogy, all those dreams Fury's selling will get swallowed whole by a Ukrainian storm. And if you want a cold reality check, Teddy Atlas put it best. Usyk, according to Atlas, is one of those rare fighters who figures you out, then tears you apart piece by piece. You might catch him slipping in a round or two, but the next round, he's already adapted.
I always love a trilogy, and I believe that Tyson Fury is coming a lot more serious in this fight. He's, he wants to win. Oleksandr Usyk now, I can't go against him. He hasn't lost yet, so he's a very positive and great fighter, and he moves well. So it really comes down to who's the better thinking at the time.
Already downloading your patterns, already solving the puzzle. No panic, no ego, just cold, clinical adjustments. Teddy's seen it before in other greats, but with Usyk, it's on a different level. That's the difference between a champion and a legend in the making. Usyk's already proven he's on that legendary trajectory. He's evolving with every fight. But it doesn't end there. Right on cue, Fury's back on social media, chest puffed out, talking loud, claiming he won both fights.
Usyk, he seems smaller, but he seems quicker and faster. He throws good combinations as well. I don't know as far as who winning. I always say, man, may the best man win. Well, hopefully those guys get in the ring healthy and they get out of the ring healthy and give the world a great fight. It's good to see unification in the heavyweight division. It hasn't happened in a long time.
Twice, according to him. But reality and the judges' scorecards tell a different story. This isn't confidence. It's damage control. It's a man trying to convince himself he wasn't outboxed, outthought, and outclassed. And let's not ignore the elephant in the room. When a fighter retires and unretires as much as Fury does, it stops being about love for the sport. It starts being about fear. Fear.
Yeah, it was scary. And I do think now, this is caught up now as well.
Right.
So I think he's going to be a dangerous man against Usyk this time.
Of what's waiting for him in that ring again. Usyk doesn't post cryptic rants. He doesn't need to. He prepares, he sharpens, and when he says, "I'm ready," there's no need for bravado. There's no need for anytime, anyplace slogans. He just shows up and dismantles. Fury wants the Trilogy fight in front of 100,000 fans in the UK? Fine. That's just 100,000 more witnesses to watch Usyk end this rivalry with cold, calculated brutality. Even heavyweight royalty is weighing.
What did the referee do? He gave him far too much time. He was either going to give him the right amount of time, which he didn't, or get him up when he should have got him up. And he did neither. He allowed him to have somewhere in the...
Lennox Lewis, one of the greatest to ever lace up gloves, puts it bluntly. This trilogy isn't about size or brute strength. It's about brains, ring IQ, mental sharpness under pressure. And when the fight inevitably reaches those critical moments, when the lights are brightest and the air's thick with tension, Usyk's got the edge by a country mile. He's undefeated for a reason, and it's not just physical talent. It's problem-solving, adaptability.
Usyk is the consummate professional, all right? He's not going to be easy. I don't care how you come at him. He's a consummate professional. He's unique in that he'll bring the fight to you 1 minute, and then the next minute, he's moving and grooving. It's hard to catch up.
Movement and strategy. Lennox respects Fury's seriousness, sure, but seriousness doesn't win rounds. Clarity under fire does. And when it comes to ring IQ, Usyk's playing chess while Fury's still stuck learning the basics of checkers. In this mental war, Usyk already holds the high ground. And if you need another perspective, listen to Deontay Wilder, a man who knows both danger and defeat at the highest level. Wilder says it straight. Usyk's smaller, sure, but he moves like lightning in a division full.
Some people are talented, some people are dedicated to the sport and not consistent. Or I think the biggest factor is they're not confident in themselves, or they just ain't mentally prepared to be a
bottle of lumbering tanks. He doesn't need to be a juggernaut. He's a sniper. Timing, precision, accuracy, that's his game. While others in the division rely on size and intimidation, Usyk breaks you down with speed, footwork, and crisp combinations that land with consistency. Wilder's seen it. The boxing world has seen it. Usyk is changing what it means to be a heavyweight champion. And yes, let's be clear, unification fights are great for boxing history. But this isn't just about putting belts together. This is about legacy. Usyk isn't just...
people don't actually appreciate what he actually was. He was a monster. I want to be an original. I don't want to be a copy of Mike Tyson. I don't want to be a copy of George Foreman. Obviously, I don't blame you for thinking that, because you're always going to make...
Unifying titles. He's unifying eras. From cruiserweight dominance to heavyweight excellence, he's done nothing but deliver masterclass performances every step of the way. Fury might be the next chapter, but Usyk's the one writing the book. Switching gears, Dave Allen, who knows a thing or two about heavyweight danger, calls Fury dangerous, and he's right, to a point. But danger doesn't equal dominance. Usyk's faced danger before. Bigger punchers, longer reach, more devastating one-punch artists, and every time, he found a way to win. People like to say Fury's caught up, that he's
is a chance for Daniel Dubois to go down in British sporting folklore and to go and do the business, reverse that result.
Please, Usyk isn't standing still waiting for Fury to catch up. He's already on the next level. While Fury's working overtime trying to close the gap, Usyk's busy writing the next playbook. This isn't about how sharp you look in camp. It's about who delivers when the lights hit. And when the pressure's on, Usyk doesn't just hold up, he takes over. Every time. But wait, there's more. Floyd Mayweather, arguably the greatest defensive genius in boxing history, offered Fury some help. That's not just a friendly gesture, that's a red flag. You don't offer to help someone who's already dominating.
I think Daniel Dubois, he's on a roll. He's coming off of a massive win against AJ. Usyk's also on a massive roll. So I think that fight's going to come down to mindset.
You step in when you see holes, when you see flaws. Mayweather sees what Usyk exposed: defensive lapses, footwork issues, poor ring control when pressured. And let's not forget, defense, timing, ring generalship. Those are Usyk's natural strengths. He doesn't need a crash course from anyone. He's already surgical in execution. Fury sharpening up with Mayweather? Good for him. But no short-term lessons can prepare you for the kind of warfare Usyk brings. You can't fix fundamental flaws overnight, not when the man across from you has spent years perfecting the art of ring combat. James Ali Bashir, who worked with Usyk during key stages of his development, says it best. Usyk is the consummate professional. He's not just hard to hit, he's impossible to predict. One round, he's pressuring you. The next, he's dancing away, making you miss, countering with sniper-like precision. Trying to prepare for Usyk is like trying to catch smoke with bare hands. There's no one-size-fits-all game plan. He constantly shifts, evolves, reinvents. He'll walk you down when needed, but he'll also slip punches like silk when the moment calls for it. You don't prepare for Usyk. You survive him, if you're lucky. Mouses, another respected analyst, adds another layer. Talent and dedication mean nothing if your mind isn't right. And with Fury, we've all seen the cracks, the retirements, the mood swings, the constant back and forth with motivation and focus. Meanwhile, Usyk operates with the mindset of a soldier. Total focus, total commitment. He doesn't just train his body, he trains his mind to operate under maximum pressure. That's why he thrives when the stakes are highest. Championship rounds, war zones, bright lights, that's where Usyk comes alive. The trilogy won't come down to who punches harder. It'll come down to who stays mentally locked in when everything's on the line. And there's zero doubt. That man is Oleksandr Usyk. He's not just prepared, he's mentally relentless. Here's something that might surprise you. Alex Krasyuk, Usyk's former promoter, recently made an interesting observation. Usyk is 37. Most fighters at that age are in decline, but not Usyk. He's already sitting on the heavyweight throne. That's not a limitation, that's a statement. There's nowhere left for him to climb. He's already at the summit. Now, it's about defending that territory with everything he's got. Age? It's just a number. Usyk's discipline, his training, his lifestyle, they've kept him operating like a 27-year-old with double the experience. While the younger heavyweights are still figuring out who they are, Usyk's focused on one thing: legacy. And that's where the danger truly lies. Fighters chasing glory make mistakes. They overreach. They gamble. But a man who's already tasted greatness and wants to preserve it, that's an immovable force. Fury may be younger, but youth doesn't beat mastery. Frank Warren, Fury's promoter, is still out here selling the fairy tale ending, hoping for Hollywood magic. But this isn't Hollywood. This is the hurt business. Talking about reversing that result, 4 years later, against a smarter, sharper, and even more dangerous Usyk, that's not strategy, that's wishful thinking. While Warren's banking on sentiment, Usyk's working with cold facts. He's been through tougher opponents, adapted to bigger threats, walked through fire and smiled. This isn't the same Usyk from 4 years ago. This is the evolved version, smarter, faster, more dangerous. Frank wants Dubois or Fury to rewrite history. Usyk already wrote it in permanent ink, and that ink's dry. Let's not forget what Chris Eubank Jr. pointed out. This always comes down to mindset. Comparing Dubois or even this version of Fury to Usyk is like comparing a pub crawl to a military campaign. Dubois beating AJ was impressive, but Usyk mastered AJ twice, with skill, with grace, with complete control. While others fight for fame, Usyk fights for something deeper: purpose, identity, national pride. His mindset isn't temporary, it's embedded, That's what makes him so dangerous. He doesn't just prepare for the ring, he lives in it, breathes it. Mental toughness isn't about who talks louder. It's about who stays locked in when your legs are gone, your mouth's full of blood, and your opponent is charging forward. That's when Usyk shines. And here's where promoter Eddie Hearn weighs in. He's hedging his bets for Dubois. It's classic promoter talk. Maybe, puncher's chance. Anything can happen in heavyweight boxing. But deep down, Eddie knows. This isn't 50-50. At best, it's 70-30. And that 70, it belongs to the man who's already beaten giants, already stood on the biggest stages, already proved it over and over again. Dubois might have power, youth, and ambition, but when you're stepping in with someone like Usyk, you need more than potential. You need presence, poise, perfection. And Usyk, he's all three. Inactivity won't hurt him. If anything, it makes him fresher, hungrier. While promoters hype the fight, while Fury flexes on Instagram, and while Dubois chases hope, Usyk is preparing the only way he knows how, like a cold, relentless technician. This trilogy isn't just a fight. It's the final chapter of a heavyweight war that will define an era. Oleksandr Usyk, the silent assassin, has already cracked the Gypsy King once, with movement, angles, and mastery. This time, he's not coming to box. He's coming to finish. Tyson Fury, unpredictable and towering, still believes in his greatness. But belief alone doesn't stop jabs, counters, and relentless Ukrainian pressure. If Fury locks in mentally, stays composed, and lands something massive, maybe, just maybe, he rewrites history. But if he comes in even one step off his best, Usyk will carve him apart, round by round, moment by moment, until there's no doubt left. This isn't about belts anymore. It's about legacy, immortality, who walks away remembered as the greatest heavyweight of this era. One last war, one last shot at history. Are you riding with the calculated killer Usyk, or banking on Fury's redemption? Drop your take in the comments.